Hi, I'm McAuley, and you might know me as TheeUpCycler. I'm a Canadian artist with a passion for sustainability. I started messing with silverware, and my first piece was this phoenix. And then I moved on to the first eagle that I made now. We call it the big chicken. So this really got my creativity flowing, and I was starting to gain an abundance of handles. And when I seen this potato ricer and that mix of handles, I really knew I could create something unique, so I spent 80 hours creating this first pelican that I created. In an event to challenge my creativity, and I want to give a shout out to Airtight Artworks, I tried to recreate a piece that Airtight had already done, and I think it shows how much inspiration other artists can provide. And then we get into our little chubby owl here, and something that took me about 80 hours as well to create. But I decided I was an artist 3 years ago. This was really the framework of what turned me into the upcycler. I took 25,000 forks and I turned it into this polar bear sculpture that's been on the front page of the Edmonton Journal, CBC, CTV, and so many other news outlets across Canada and North America. While I was creating the tail end of the polar bear sculpture, I was asked if I could make a ram's head for a local company. And here it is. Another piece that I was asked to create while I was making the polar bears was this dragon, which was a commission piece that ended up coming back to the zoo, and I'm so glad to have it here. The next piece was also a commission, and it was a memorial piece for a silky chicken. Back into another big project for the zoo, which took me 27 days, 350 hours, and was this owl and snake. One of the most talked about pieces when we go to shows is the peacock, something that I spent 10 days creating. It just went together seamlessly, and it's absolutely elegant. And then we move on to this eagle, something I dedicated 2.5 months to, 800 hours. And then we have Drake the duck. You know, he's kind of my travel companion, and he's had his feathers ruffled by many airport security agents. And here we have Willow, one of the longest builds so far to date in the zoo. 14 months, 16,000 forks, and 800, 1,000, I don't even know how many hours were put into building her. And one of the coolest features that you really only can see in person, but we'll try our best in camera, is right here. Inside Willow is a heart and a soul stone. And then there's the shocking Justin the beaver. Justin's one of the most intricate pieces that I've created at the zoo, using nickels for the tail and fork tines for his fur. And the wood was created from old sockets. After creating Justin, I was asked if I'd like to collaborate with an artist that I found a lot of inspiration from. When Chris Derubis asked if I wanted to work alongside him and create a piece together, it wasn't his hair that got me, but the beautiful work that he does create. Truly an inspiration. When I returned from LA, I was totally inspired to explore something I've never tried before, which was sea life creatures. And it started off creating this dolphin and moved in to creating the sea turtle, the seahorse, and these all took around 100 to 150 hours each to create. The turtle maybe just a little bit longer. And then we get to the starfish, one of the most magical pieces I've ever created. And as you're gonna listen right now, it sounds like a music box. The jellyfish was a kind of a cute little piece that I created, and I put this on my head. Somebody said, hey, why don't you turn that into a jellyfish? And I grabbed the bowl and I just started to create. And then we get to this marlin, a piece that still needs some color added to it, but it is absolutely stunning. And it was about 150 hours to build. And now that you've seen a lot of the finished pieces of the zoo, why don't we show you some of the unfinished and work in progress. We also have here the beginning of a mermaid and our Canadian goose. Then we have these salt shakers, or as we know, Amara, our giraffe. And then we have the biggest piece so far that's been started and created at the zoo, the lion. And that's not where the creativity stops here. There's so much more to show you. I'm often asked what else we have. We have a full line of merchandise. From roses goldfish, cars, and motorcycles, to even animated figurines, crabs, birds, and yes, even frogs. Who doesn't love a baby duck? Necklace pendants, rings, and penguins and dolphins. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and with your support over the last 3 years, I've been blessed to be able to create my dreams and the zoo. Again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, follow along for more of me.